1.19.50 is finally releasing across all Bedrock platforms today, bringing forward Spectator mode, new parity changes, new touch controls, and plenty more things, including some 1.20 things. And with this update releasing brings brand new possibilities for even more features, such as possibly hardcore to come in the future. Because, yeah, now after 7 months of waiting, 7 months of development, Spectator mode is finally an actual feature inside the game and not some weird experimental feature. So now if you're looking to do some seed hunting or any other type of map work or something like that, then you could totally do that and do that way more easy now. And again, since Spectator mode is a thing now, that means that hardcore mode, you know, is a physical possibility on the table. I don't know when that will happen. I don't know if that's soon or later, but it is an actual physical possibility now that we have the one thing that was really holding hardcore mode back. But something else I didn't hold back is the fact that now on Pocket Edition, there's brand new touch controls, and we have a little bit of footage of that right there, as we can see. And when playing around with it, I noticed that the controls were very sensitive, especially when you tried running or tried walking. You always started running. So I think for me personally, if it was, you know, easier to actually walk rather than run all the time, I think I'd be more accepting of it. But everything else about it, I do like the looks of it. I like the fact that going up and down is pretty easy and everything like that. I just think there's more things to do with it, but I think so far, I'm liking the direction it is actually going. But while showing around these new features, you might notice the fact that my skin might be just a little bit outdated now. Because now, as this one update, the default Steve skin actually looks like this now. And, you know, I'm fine with updates. I'm just not so sure about this. Maybe it's the fact that I do use the Steve skin all the time or something like that, but I don't know. It's gonna take time for me to get used to, but maybe it's just me. But in case you're not so thrilled about the fact that Steve has a new look, then fear not, because they added a whole bunch of brand new types of skins, and I see this as a skin pack. I don't care how many people say these are default skins. I will always and forever see these new skins words. Work with me here. I can only see these skins as really a skin pack rather than anything else. I mean, diversity and everything like that is important, and I'm sure there's going to be people out there who's going to love these brand new skins, but honestly, I just don't really care about them too much. Like, I will forever and always see Steve and Alex as the default skins, and I think just the more default skins they add, the more just complicated things get. If there's skins you like here, that's fine. That's all on you. Like, I'm all for people liking these skins. It's just, I'm not so sure about them. And now that those comments have canceled me on Twitter, lore has been updated in a pretty serious way, because the Allay's distant cousin, the Vex, now looks much like the Allay now. And honestly, the more I look at this new texture, the more it's grown on me. Like, I really like the fact that it looks less like a humanoid floating player and more like its own thing. Speaking about its own thing, the door, the trapdoor, and the fence gate now all have their own unique types of sounds inside the game, as we could hear right here. All these sounds were originally in Java Edition, and now, finally, they've been ported over to Bedrock. On top of that, all the many pressure plates now have a different pitch to the sound they make based on the materials they're actually made out of. So now they're a little bit more unique from one to another. You know, I should really read the changelog fully before actually making the video, because also, there's brand new sounds to the buttons, because the one button now makes this sound. Stone button makes this sound. The crimson button makes more of a squishy sound to the wooden one. Speaking about the warped and the crimson wood, all of them now have their own specially unique types of sound, because all of them have more of a squishy sound when we actually open and close something like that with a trapdoor, as well as a door or fence gate or something like that. But now on to the really exciting things, because even though this is for 1.19.50, there is actually 1.20 experimental features inside this one update, because if we go down to the experiments tab, as we can see down here, and we can see next major update, experimental tab is now available, and if I actually manage to take that and turn that on inside this world and hop inside the world, we can see that now the majority of 1.20 features we've seen up to this point are now actually inside of the game itself. So yeah, in case you want to use bamboo wood or experiment with camels or something like that, then you can totally do that now. The one thing I've noticed it's not inside this one update is the bamboo logs and things like that, but everything else we've seen up to this one point is actually here and inside the experimental tab. I'd recommend not doing this on one of your favorite worlds or anything like that, as First off, it's not finished, meaning that there's a lot of unfinished things and possibilities for crashes and things like that. But if you do want to just check them out and see yourself just sliding back and forth on the camel's back somehow, I mean, seriously, this is one slick back. I mean, look at me go. Then you totally have the option on doing that, and presumably Java Edition will have some similar feature on doing that too. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.